friends, welcome back to Gracie May's Tarot. So today we have a reading that is timeless, just like most of the videos on my channel. We're going to be finding out what surprises are coming in for you next. So what surprises are around the corner, you know, what blessings are in store for you, good things that you don't see coming, that kind of energy. So we have 3 groups to choose from today. We've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I guess I could give you a close-up. I don't know why. I didn't pick them up. So this is pile 1, pile 2. It has this cute heart. And then pile 3. So take a moment, pause the video if you need to, and meditate on the groups. Timestamps will be in the description box just like always. And we'll be shuffling on camera today. So let's get into it. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So I know you're curious about this card, but you're gonna have to wait. We're gonna look at that at the very end of your reading. So actually, let's put this here and then we'll move this card to the side. All right, so we're gonna start with your tarot. I'm using my Sailor Moon deck that I got from Etsy. So connecting into your energy, pile 1. And we'll say a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. But pile 1, what surprises are in store for you? What's coming around the corner for my pile 1s? I just woke up in such a good mood. Like I've been stressed like to the max for maybe like the past like 3 to 5 days. And I know it's because I haven't been resting and that's my own fault, but I was like, you know what, tomorrow I'm gonna take the day off. I'm gonna have a nice pleasant day tomorrow. And just having that plan in place is making me feel so much better about today. Self-care, I mean, it's no joke. Okay. I actually, on that note, as I'm talking about self-care, and then you guys have the 10 of Wands. All right, surprises in store for pile 1, please, Spirit. Oh, this is cute with the 2 of Cups. Oh, I love her. Who doesn't love the 2 of Cups? I will say, this is going to be a huge surprise, and I will say that because of the way the deck is behaving. Like, your deck is being, well, not your deck, because I'm going to use this deck for all 3 groups, but the way the cards are behaving, they're really fast, they're really erratic. I'm definitely keying into my intuition when I'm selecting your cards. This is going to be out of the blue, a shock, surprise. It's going to knock you off your feet in a good way. Yup, the world. This is a big change. This is a big surprise. You don't see this coming. You do not see this coming whatsoever. And here's the reason why you don't see it coming. With the 5 of Cups, you guys are in this place where you're kind of in this mourning period, like you're making your peace with what hasn't worked out in your life, what hasn't come to pass, what you thought, you know, was going to have a lot of potential, what you were really excited about. Something didn't go according to plan. Something didn't work out. Something or someone really disappointed you. I mean, like you were fooled good. And part of this energy too is like, did I lie to myself? Did I see what wasn't there? How did I miss the signs? Like part of the 5 of Cups too is forgiving yourself and not blaming yourself. You know, hindsight is 20/20, and it's one of those things where it's so easy to blame yourself for not seeing, you know, what was right there in front of you, not seeing the truth of a situation or a person. And I mean, we all go through that, right? Like, if we all could see the future 100% clearly, there would be no need for tarot readings. There would be no need for anyone to be disappointed ever, right? That's just not how life works. So you're in this energy, okay? When this surprise comes in, or this is your current energy, but that's why you don't see it coming, because things have quite honestly been a bit crummy. And yeah, you don't see it coming. So we have the Hierophant, we have the Ten of Wands, we have the Two of Cups, the World, and the Four of Swords. So yes, you are saying goodbye, something is ending in your life, and then bam, something new comes in. It's going to make you feel quite peaceful with the Four of Swords. Like mentally, finally, your mind is going to quiet. You're not going to be so anxious. You know, if you've had trouble sleeping, consider that coming to an end. And with the Ten of Wands, you don't feel like there's this great burden on you, like this pressure on your chest is lifting. You know, it feels like, okay, I can breathe again. I can breathe again. I'll be honest, the way this is laying out currently with the Two of Cups and the Hierophant, if some of you have just come out of a disappointing romantic cycle, situationship, a partnership that didn't work out, this could be talking about meeting your future spouse, because the Hierophant can talk about marriage and tradition, you know, because marriage is an institution, right? It's a formal institution. So this can talk about marriage, and then you have the Two of Cups at the heart of your reading, and then the World can talk about completion, you know, something coming together. So if you've been sort of hoping and hoping and hoping to meet your future spouse, but it just wasn't happening, and then, you know, someone or, you know, a healing cycle completes, you know, someone leaves your life, something like that, bam, your future spouse comes in. For others of you, this could also talk about, I'm getting for some of you, like meeting a spiritual community or like-minded people or like soul family vibes, because I do think of like spirituality too with the Hierophant and sort of like tradition. So it could be like, you know, meeting a community full of like-minded people and you kind of feel like, okay, I have support now, because there's a lot here about social support and feeling safe and secure after a time when things felt unclear, hopeless, you know, that kind of energy. Yeah, that's really what I'm seeing here. For some of you, this is just for a few of you because I'm not feeling this as strongly, but for maybe a third group of you, this could talk about leaving behind sort of a toxic work environment or, you know, a field of work that you weren't happy in. With the Ten of Wands, you know, if you've been at a job where you do all the work and your coworkers are lazy, unmotivated, just draining to be around, or, you know, there's a lot of workplace drama, conflict, strife, you know, things like that, or you're just super short-staffed, I could see you leaving that behind and then finding a new work environment, a new career opportunity where you actually can rest a bit. You know, you have a healthy work-life balance and you don't feel like you're having to do everything all on your own. And for some of you, this could be like, you know, a demanding boss who was asking too much of you, and now you get to be your own boss, or you have more freedom, or you like your new boss better. Again, that I'm not getting that message as strongly, but I do feel like maybe it applies to at least one or two of you. And feel free to claim all three messages if it's resonating, because who knows, there could be many surprises on the horizon for you. Okay. Let's move into our fairy deck. Let's do this. This is one of my favorite oracle decks. I believe it's called the Fairy Wisdom deck. All right, so pile one. Let's find out pile one. Pile one. We've got the Summer Dragon. This kind of has the energy to me of like finding summer in the depths of winter, like finding a blessing in the darkness. Some of you, this could actually be coming in the winter season, and it feels like the sun is coming in because it feels miraculous, right? Like you don't expect to feel this light and this warmth in the middle of winter, you know? So I really feel like if it's winter season when you're watching this, which I will be uploading this in December, I know all of you live in different places, but I could definitely see this surprise coming to you in the month of December or January, February if it's the winter season. And then for others of you watching, it could literally be happening in the summertime. I guess it just depends on where you live. But I am getting this message of like finding summer in the middle of winter, which is beautiful. And of course, it could be like metaphorically, of course. We have Magic Frog. Yeah, some of you, this really, really is finding your future spouse. Like, okay, I've kissed a lot of frogs and now magically I have found my prince or princess charming, you know? Yeah, it definitely, because it looks like she looks so smitten with this frog, right? Like she seems really interested in this frog. Yeah, like you feel so light. You know, you're having fun with life again. It doesn't feel so serious. It doesn't feel so heavy. This could be someone from your childhood returning. Maybe for some of you, this could be reconnecting with people from your past, not an ex, but just someone that you knew before with painting poppies, or they bring out that more playful side to you. You know, you feel like a kid again in some aspects. And this could also talk about finding a new career opportunity with where you can be more creative, where you do have that freedom. And if you were resonating with like a new friendship coming in, or like soul family connections, or finding a sense of community, if you're a very creative person, again, this could be finding those like-minded people who share your same interests, who share your same passion and hobbies, and who bring out, you know, who kind of serve as like a muse to you in some ways. We have Attitude. Yeah, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, because for some of you, this really is something that you were trying to manifest and it just wasn't coming in when you expected it, or you kept getting messages it was coming in and then it wouldn't happen and you got all disappointed, you know, and you were getting messages about delays and you were like, man, like when is this cycle gonna end? You know, I've been putting in my dues, like, come on. And this is kind of Spirit saying, we told you so. Like, we told you to be patient. We told you it would come in divine timing. And look, here it is. So you can stop fussing with us. You can stop getting sassy. We haven't forgotten you. We haven't forgotten your wish. We haven't forgotten you. This is also someone from your past maybe saying, I haven't forgotten you. Again, if you are resonating with that childhood message, again, may just be for one or two of you. That could be saying, you know, I never forgot about you. But most of you, this is your guides kind of being a little a little bit smug with you. Pile 1, a surprise. So this is definitely a surprise that your spirit guides have been coordinating for you behind the scenes. Yeah, you're gonna feel so supported with this courage card. It says courage is the strength to stand up when it's easier to fall down. Like, I'm getting this message that this is kind of your reward. You know, like you were tested, you had to clear out a karmic cycle, learn a lesson, and so you've built up, you know, all of this good karma, you've done all of this work, and Spirit is saying, you know what, they're ready for this blessing because this surprise is definitely a blessing. And for some of you too, it's the courage to pursue that creative passion, you know, to go out on your own, to leave that toxic work environment. For others of you, it's the courage to open up your heart if you are resonating with that future spouse message. Yeah, this is definitely like Phoenix rising from the ashes kind of energy. With beauty here, when beauty is felt from within, your gorgeousness will glow. This kind of feels like, you know, those glow-up scenes in movies where, you know, the protagonist has had their heart broken, and then there's this montage of them, like, getting really fit and, like, reading and studying and, like, you know, getting a beauty makeover and, you know, feeling like their best self, and they've got this whole glow-up going, and then they meet somebody, you know, then they meet their love interest. It kind of has that kind of vibe to me, but I also feel like, oh, I forgot to say this message. I'm sorry. There's a lot of messages coming in. With the courage card here, with that social support, whether it's finding your soul family, a community, a better work environment, or your future spouse, when we have supportive people around us that we can trust, we feel braver. So even if this is your future spouse coming in, when you have their support, maybe you then feel brave enough to pursue a creative passion project, or, you know, to leave your awful job in pursuit of something better. You know, or if you have good friends around you, they could like build you up and encourage you to start dating again, and then you meet your future spouse. So you see how these kind of like can like intermingle and mix together. You know, like one blessing can lead to more blessings, and then they can just grow and grow and grow and grow. Yeah, I'm feeling like you really sort of, you're starting to appreciate the importance of connection and who is around you, and how are they supporting your energy, or how are they draining your energy. And again, some of you could be having a physical glow up as well. Okay, I want to get one more card for you all. Banishment, yes. Remember how we said in the very beginning with the Five of Cups and then the World cards, something or someone is leaving your life, you're closing out a cycle. It says you have the power to banish negative energy and unwanted problems. Yeah, so people, situations, environments that are draining your energy, you're saying no to them, you're walking away. Yeah, and this is your reward for being patient. You know, like I feel like maybe, again, you fought your guides, or you had like, you know, a rough time with it for a while there. You know, this isn't an easy lesson to learn. Patience is not easy. You know, they say patience is a virtue for a reason, right? It's a skill you have to practice. And, you know, you learned the hard way, but you did learn. And so this is your reward. I feel like some of you had to let go of some control issues here. I heard someone say once, like, don't micromanage the universe, and it really stuck with me because I can't stand when people micromanage me. And then the thought that I was doing that to my guides by trying to control certain outcomes with what I thought was right, you know, it was very humbling to have that realization and to be like, man, I've been kind of awful to my guides. Like, you know, like I had to sit down and say, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was doing this. I didn't realize my anxiety was doing this. So maybe a few of you are resonating with that message. I'm sorry if it's a little bit loud when I'm shuffling. I'm not used to not having the blanket here to like muffle the sound. I may go back to the blanket. I don't know. Probably mix it up a bit. Pile 1, we've got the salamander and black pepper inspiration. Yeah, like you're feeling so inspired. And I feel like this could also be a clue as to how this blessing unfolds for you. I'm just calling it a blessing now because it's very clear that this surprise is a blessing for you. It could be a hint that if you feel like out of the blue, like maybe I should go to the park today, or for some reason you feel like, you know, maybe I should just go online and see what job openings are available in my area. You know, you just get this weird push to do something. Or you have a craving for, I don't know, a London fog latte, and you're not sure why, but you just have a craving for it one day. And then you go to the coffee shop and you get it. And then bam, you meet your future spouse, you know, something like that. If you get this little nudge to do something, don't question it, just do it. Just do it. Preparation, the squirrel and the chestnut. Yeah, it feels like there was a lot of coordination that went on behind the scenes. And it feels like, again, with the World card in the beginning, this is something big. And that's why it took time. You know, Spirit is saying, like, we've been running around like a squirrel preparing for winter to get this together for you. And again, some of you, this is really coming in the winter season, like, you know, maybe end of December, January, February, that kind of timeline. But yes, like we've been running around trying to get this together for you. There was a lot of preparation that went on. And especially if you were trying to manifest like your future spouse or something like that, anytime you're manifesting a person, that's so much harder, right? Because like they gotta be ready, you know? It's not just like manifesting money or something like that, money's always ready to come in. You know, like that's the energy of abundance. It's always ready to come in. But with a person, they got to be ready for it too. And there could be some extenuating circumstances, you know, or like physical distance or something that has to be crossed. And, you know, there's a more limited way, you know, that can come to you. So that would make sense if you were resonating with the future spouse message. Pile 1, surprise coming to you. Creativity. By all above and all below, let me connect, let creativity flow in double threes. I really feel like for many of you, because the energy of creativity is also to me very much in alignment with the energy of love. You know, because love in and of itself has a very creative energy to it. And if you think about, you know, love and fertility and literally like creating a family, you know, some of you, this again really is a future spouse coming in. For others of you, you know, it's having the support that you were needing, you know, to follow a creative passion project, or you're finally seeing success from that project. And with the threes, it's that social support. You know, it's that social support, better connections being in your life. And it's sort of just this energy of creating the life that you want. You know, so what vision did you have in your mind? Like, what were you telling Spirit that you wanted? Because it feels like to me like they were really working hard to bring you joy, to make you happy. And when you radiate light, you know, when you are happier with your life, you do feel more physically attractive. You know, like you are more attractive to other people because people respond to energy, right? Bottom of the deck, we have success. Yeah, so what does success look like to you? What does a successful life look like? Because your next surprise that's coming in is in alignment with that. So are you wanting to be some sort of big star, you know, like via a creative passion project? Are you wanting to, you know, have your future spouse in your life and be on the road to like starting a family? You know, are you wanting to kind of like, I'm getting this message about rewriting the narrative of your life. So for some of you, you're wanting like a complete overhaul of your current life circumstances. It might just be a message for some of you. Okay, let's go ahead and get a spirit cat message for you, and then we will look at your first card here. Okay. Pile 1, a spirit cat message for my pile 1s. We have resilience. Aww. It says, meet Golden. He really knows how to absorb the sunshine even after some rough patches. He has faced the lonely, hungry alleys, losing those he loved through both chance and betrayal. He allows his feelings of sadness, grief, and disappointment and failure to flow through him and pass as everything does. He is present with the fullness of life, the complete spectrum of experience. Even in the deepest, coldest night, there is a golden sun in his heart to sustain him. Trust in your resilience. Keep moving, keep accepting, and keep growing. The tide is turning. The tide is turning. Literally, the sadness, grief, disappointment, failure, that's the 5 of Cups. That was your bottom of the deck, right? In the very beginning, like this is what you were leaving behind. And because of your resilience, because of your patience, okay, now you can receive this blessing, this surprise that is on its way to you. The tide is turning. I love this so much for you. Okay, let's see what your original card was, pile 1, and this will end your reading here. We have the Lovers. We have the Lovers. Okay, a couple different messages here. So this is the Lovers here. For some of you, yes, it's your future spouse. It's a soulmate connection. The Lovers to me can also talk about soul family as well. But in addition to that, this is making me think of the World card that we had in the beginning. And remember how I said it's like some of you wanted to rewrite the narrative of your life. So it's literally like shifting energies here. You know, there doesn't seem like there's a way out, but we're crossing over. We're crossing over. And what new life are you wanting to step into, pile 1? Because that is what is on its way to you. And it can't be broken, right? Like, you can never be broken. Yeah, I feel like the best thing you've learned through all of this is your own resilience. And I feel like your faith in the spirit is going to deepen as a result of this manifestation coming in, because you're going to feel like so incredible, so powerful, so connected. You're really going to trust your own intuition. It's just going to feel like I wasn't crazy. Like, I trusted and I got exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. And all I had to do was hang in there and be patient and continue to be a good person, and bam. You know, and obviously, like, process the grief, loss, and disappointment from the past, you know, of course. But yes, what a blessing. And also with the Lovers here, this talks about a choice. And so I definitely feel like when this blessing comes in, even though, you know, you've manifested it, Spirit is still saying, you know, like, you have free will. And, you know, if you manifest something and for whatever reason it doesn't end up being exactly what you wanted, or you want even more. So this could look like, you know, okay, I manifested my future spouse into my life, but, you know, I really, really, really want us, I don't know, like, I really, really want us to, you know, live in the same state or live in the same country. Like, you know, maybe you guys are long distance, and so it's bittersweet, right? Like, you know, we finally met each other, but we live so far apart. You know, you can manifest that too. You know, you can manifest, you know, whatever barriers there are blocking, like, oh no, I can't find a job in their area. How am I going to move to be closer to them? You can manifest that. You know, like, it feels like life feels a lot more manageable now that you understand your ability to manifest your own desires. All right, so I hope that made sense. I hope this reading resonated for you as well. Thank you so much for sharing in your beautiful energy with me today, Pile 1. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you always know when I upload. The easiest way to support the channel is to watch the ads. I would like to express so much gratitude to anyone who chooses to do that. It really does help me out a lot. And I will see you all in my next one. Take care, Pile 1. Hey Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So I know you're very curious what this card is, but I'm going to put it to the side because we're actually going to look at it at the very end of your reading. So Pile 2, connecting with your energy. Surprises. What surprises are on the horizon for you? What do we need to know, please, Spirit? And a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Pile 2. Surprises, surprises, surprises. Let's see. What's coming in for my Pile 2s, please, Spirit? Ooh, that was fast and very decisive. We've got the 3 of Pentacles to start us off, and we also have the 4 of Wands. That is beautiful. Oh, this is very exciting. I love this. This is one of my favorite devil cards. This is the Dark Lady here. Let's see. 2 of Swords, the Moon, and then, the 5 of Wands. Okay. Your bottom of the deck is the Magician. So similar to Pile 1, this is definitely a surprise. that you have manifested, but unlike pile one. So pile one had this energy where they were trying to manifest something and it just wasn't coming in. And so they got to a point to where they were like, well, it hasn't come in, it hasn't come in, it hasn't come in, I guess it's not coming in. You know, like they just kind of eventually started to lose hope, and, you know, they were like, I'm kind of fed up with this. And so like with your group, it's a little bit different. This is something you manifested, but you weren't consciously aware that you were manifesting it. And you were feeling very stuck, very like undecided, unsure of what to do, kind of like your worst impulses were coming out. You know, you were feeling like super anxious. You were maybe like obsessively watching tarot readings, or, you know, pulling your own cards, or, you know, asking for a sign, and Spirit really felt like, you know, either they were showing you signs and you just weren't seeing it, because the Two of Swords can talk about, you know, like being blindfolded essentially. But you were feeling quite, I'm picking up, very disconnected from your own intuition and your own inner guidance. And, you know, Spirit kept saying, like, you know, the answer is within you. And you were like, what does that mean? You know, you may have been told to meditate and you're like, I can't do that. I can't stop my thoughts. You know, you were just having like, it really feels like intrusive thoughts or like high anxiety. And it was just muddling everything for you. Things just felt so unclear. You know, you were up and down, and yeah. And I feel like for many of you, what the surprise that is coming in is actually a lot about recognition. You are getting recognized for something that you have done. And because the Three of Pentacles can talk about, yeah, it can talk about collaboration, but it can also talk about how something with your work is superior to the others. You know, I almost said superior to the best. So, I mean, there you go. Yeah, there's something about your work that is just a little bit higher than the others. You know, there's something about the quality of your work, of something that you've put effort into. It's a general reading, so it's going to vary, but there's something that you have put effort into where you stand out from the crowd. With this Five of Wands, this talks about competition. There is no competition, Spirit is saying. Like, I feel like you didn't recognize your own talent or skill or your own work ethic, or like you just weren't giving yourself credit for something, but there's something that it's almost like while you were obsessing over this one thing that you were trying to manifest, or like you were really indecisive about, like one day you want this thing, the next day you want something totally opposite from it, and Spirit was like, oh my gosh, like what do you want? And you know, while you were freaking out about all of that, in the meantime, you were hard at work on something in your life, and that is where Spirit is like, you know what, let's just give them success in that area, and the other part of their life where they're super undecided, we're just gonna let that rest. And so it's like, for example, like you were putting all of your energy and focus into manifesting your perfect partner, but you were really indecisive about what it is that you were wanting in a partner, or the type of person you wanted to be with, or maybe you were still a little hung up on a past partner, you know, and you were just really like, you know, I just want to date and have fun. No, I want my long-term partner. Like you were really wishy-washy. Again, this is just an example. And Spirit is saying, you know what? I can't understand like what they want in their love life. So let's just put a pause on that. But in their work, they're doing awesome. Let's reward that. Let's give them like crazy overnight massive success. Let's do that. And then bam. Like, you know, you have this like breakthrough moment where you get this promotion you weren't expecting. You know, your online business takes off. You know, you have some sort of like windfall, some unexpected money comes in. You know, people are interested in your work. Someone tells you, hey, like you should start an Etsy store. You're really talented. And you're like, I never thought about doing that. And then before you know it, that's your main source of income and you're doing really well, you know, as a business owner, essentially. Again, just an example. It could be the reverse of that, you know, but whatever you were putting your focus into and obsessing over, it's like Spirit was like, Like, let's just circumvent that. Let them figure that out. And while they're figuring that out, let's give them a different blessing. Let's totally surprise them in some other area of their life. And they may have done this to give you a little bit of a confidence boost here too. Because some of you, like, you know, Spirit is saying, like, let's show them what they're worth. Because, again, maybe you were comparing yourself a lot to other people, feeling behind in your life, feeling like, you know, other people were moving forward while you were stuck and stagnant. And Spirit is saying, like, you have so much capability. You have so much talent, skill, intelligence, work ethic. There's something about you that other people just don't have. And, you know, Spirit wants you to recognize that. You know, it's like you're being asked to step into your greatness. So yeah, Spirit's throwing you a bone. Like, they're throwing you an opportunity, a chance to be something great, a chance to be something incredible. Yeah, Jewel of the Sea, like, you have something precious that other people don't have. And it's like you hadn't been awakened to it yet, or you would downplay it. You just didn't understand how amazing you were. This card came out in pile 1 as well. In pile 1, I said it felt like finding summer in the middle of winter. And it, for you, is reminding me kind of similar. Like, there's a quote that says, in the depths of winter, I found within me an invincible summer. That's how it's coming through for you all. It's recognizing your own strength, your own ability. I'm seeing a little bumblebee outside, and every time I think of bees, like, this small creature, right? We couldn't survive without it, right? And so it's just, even though you feel small, even though you feel insignificant, your impact on the world, like, you do have a purpose. You do have a purpose, pile 2. We have moon secrets, and you guys got the moon here too. So yeah, it feels like Spirit was like, you know what? Let's just surprise them, because, you know, it's like you didn't see how you light up the night sky. Like, you do bring this healing light to the world. Like, there's something there about you having this purpose, this ability that you just hadn't awakened to. So some of you are, like, some of you do have maybe some psychic abilities that you haven't awoken to, some spiritual gifts. Some of you haven't really fully understood how much of a healing energy you bring to the world. And so there's something tied up in your life purpose in regards to healing others or bringing clarity to others. Yeah, and I feel like with the phases of the moon too, this is kind of signifying an acceptance of your whole self, you know, an integration of the shadow self as well. So yeah, I feel like you're really awakening to your full potential. With Nightlight, yeah, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Like, she can rest easy, she can sleep easy, because she has this divine protection around her, right? And so Spirit wants to say, like, we've always been protecting you. Like, we've always had this sort of energy of, like, wanting to nurture you into being your best self. And, you know, sometimes maybe that did look like tough love, but we were always doing it for your highest good. And so, yeah, I feel like some sort of talent, skill, ability, you're either awakening to it, or you just weren't giving yourself credit for it, or you were comparing yourself so much to the progress of other people, you know, you were just really down on yourself. And Spirit is saying, like, you know, it was just a matter of you stepping into your power, and, like, once you understood that, we were able to come in with this blessing, you know, or again, maybe your mind was distracted by something else. But it was never because you weren't good enough, because in fact, with the 3 of Pentacles, you're actually, you know, a cut above the rest, you know. You are one of the greats. You are one of the best at whatever it is that you do. It's a general reading, so I don't want to get too specific and, like, alienate certain people from the reading, but, you know, I feel like you catch my vibe here. Oh, this also came out in pile 1. We have Courage. Courage is the strength to stand up when it's easier to fall down. It's awakening to your own power, being brave enough to say, I am great. you know, this is something that I'm good at. You know, I feel like sometimes there's kind of this gatekeeping energy around certain things, like, and we do it to ourselves. You know, like we feel like, oh, well, I can't call myself a writer until I've published a book. You know, I can't call myself an actor until I have an agent. I can't call myself a tarot reader until I have, you know, this number of, you know, people requesting personal readings, or, you know, this clientele base, or this many subscribers on YouTube, whatever, however it is, whatever medium you're using. Or, yeah, I mean, you can apply that to so many things. You know, I can't call myself a healer because I'm not a therapist. Well, you know, there's many ways that you can provide healing energy to people. So yeah, I feel like maybe there's just something that you blocked yourself off from. You were like, well, I can't call myself that yet because I haven't, you know, achieved this external validation. And Spirit is saying you didn't need the external validation. You were always that good. And then we have determination. Determination is the power within you to keep you from giving up on your dreams. Yeah, you're achieving some kind of dream, some sort of milestone. And it's like you had your nose to the grindstone on this thing, and you were working and working and working, and kind of feeling like you had to work 2 or 3 times as hard as everybody else because otherwise you just weren't going to be successful. And Spirit is saying, like, success can come easy because we're here to support you, and we just wanted you to feel confident in your own abilities. We didn't want you to feel like kind of like imposter syndrome. Yeah, energy. I feel like you were giving your energy to something else, you know, and Spirit is saying, like, you were putting all of this positive energy, like work and effort, into your skill, your talent, and then you were putting all of this anxious energy into some other area of your life, and, you know, it was kind of like holding you back a bit. So I feel like for some of you, when you release your grip on whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, and you just kind of, you know, go about your business, go about your life, you know, slow down a bit, you know, don't work yourself so hard to the point of burnout, just slow down, take it easy a little bit, and I think you're going to be quite surprised at how easy things start to fall into place when you do that. Okay, let's get this oracle deck next. Yeah, it's like you've always held your dreams in the palm of your hand, you know, like your dreams are coming true because you put in the work, but it's like, I don't know, you just haven't been giving yourself credit for how hard you've been working. I don't know. I relate to this energy a lot myself, Pile, too, so definitely don't feel like it's a criticism or anything like that, because I feel like this is a very common experience. Like, I feel like we all go through this at some point, or if you're just an ambitious person, you know, it's definitely, I think, a shared experience. Because yeah, like we definitely, I've felt imposter syndrome myself before, 100%. And I think we all are kind of, or at least in the culture that I'm living in, you know, we're kind of raised with this mentality that, you know, success doesn't come without hard work. And, you know, we know that's not true. You know, some people do just get lucky. Some people are born into, you know, a privileged life. So we have the bear and cedar with leadership. And then we have the caiman and the poppy, dreams. Yes, you're holding your dreams in the palm of your hand. Like you're awakening to your own power to create your dreams for, you know, yourself. And it feels like a really big goal. A really big goal that you thought you would never reach. You know, a goal that felt more like a pipe dream. You know, like you just didn't feel like you were going to reach it. And then with leadership, again, stepping into your own power, commanding this energetic support from the universe into something amazing. Yeah. It's like Spirit gives you a taste of success. It's going to be something big, but because you have such large dreams, it feels like a taste, and you're going to run with it. It's like Spirit hands you a baton and you run with it because the work isn't done. You know, whatever this is, the work isn't done. Like when you blow up, when you get your like big breakthrough moment, that's when actually the real work starts. You know, that's when it's like, oh, okay, all this success is coming in, all these people want a piece of me or a piece of my work, you know. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. So it's almost like Spirit is saying, you know, prepare yourself for that as well. And that's kind of why we've been trying to build up your self-confidence around this thing as well. Yeah, new opportunities, the hare and the oak. So yeah, there's definitely new opportunities, I would say, in the realm of, even right here, I'm looking the chipmunk and the laurel. This is the Six of Wands, success. So yeah, whatever it is that you've been hard at work on, that you've been putting a lot of energy and effort into, that's the area of your life that is about to see massive growth, massive growth. Okay, so pile 2, surprises coming your way, pile 2. Okay. With passion, this feels like a creative endeavor. It feels like something that you're truly passionate about, something that you have put your heart into, your soul into. Fertility, like these two cards are the energy of creativity. Even your bottom of the deck is inspiration. So yeah, like whatever inspires you, whatever is your passion, whatever you feel strongly about, fertility, it is growing. It is growing. Let new life be all about. Let all take root, seed, and sprout. Rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. This is like on the path, you know, you're on the right path, alignment with your soul's purpose, growing something. Yeah, some of you, you're like starting your own business or your business is taking off. This is like, yeah, whatever you've put your heart into, whatever it is that you're passionate about, growth, like massive growth. Like I can't say it enough. Like I hope it feels, I mean, the 7 and the 3, like completion, reaching a goal. 11, manifestation. Like here it is. Okay, I'm so excited for you, pile 2. All right, so let's get a spirit cat message for you, pile 2, and then we'll look at this card right here that we put to the side. So pile 2, a spirit cat message. Please, Spirit, for pile 2. We've got balance. Meet Vero Tiptoe Sky. She can balance perfectly with an inner precision and assurance. She leans one way and then the other, constantly adjusting and learning where her center lies. She understands the dichotomies, work and play, togetherness and solitude, inner reflection and outward expression, striving and letting go, accepting and changing, freedom and discipline, reason and intuition, spiritual expansion and grounding. They go on and on. Let Vero help you to see what areas of your life are out of balance and what shifts you can make to return to a graceful equilibrium. I love this because we got that message about you feeling like because of this 5 of Wands, there's all of this competition. So you're trying to succeed in some sort of area or field where it's really hard to find success, right? Like where not everybody makes it, kind of like a 1 in a million. I'm hearing like the Daisy song, you know, by Katy Perry, like everyone thinks you're crazy until you've made it kind of energy. You know, people may have told you like that's unrealistic, like you're never gonna make it. You know, you're never gonna be enough. And so that, you know, fuels that imposter syndrome, right? Like you don't have a right to say you're a writer or an actor or whatever. And so, yeah, and so you feel like you have to work super, super hard to compensate, but really with that 3 of Pentacles, your innate talent and abilities and skill set and your work ethic, you're already a cut above the rest. Like your work is already better than those people that you're comparing yourself to. But because you haven't received that external validation yet, you don't believe it. But the key to opening up this success is believing it. Believing it before it's happened. Kind of like Kanye West. Like, you know, like, I know he's like, you know, having some difficulties, but I do feel like he's someone who understands like law of attraction because, I mean, he has an unreleased song called Law of Attraction, but Like, he really, you know, he just says, I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all time. It doesn't actually matter if he's not, you know, like, he's manifesting this idea into fruition. And so I'm not saying that you need to be arrogant or anything like that, but I do feel like it would benefit you to take ownership of your talent, skills, and abilities, because you do have them. And Spirit is supporting you because your soul's purpose, you doing what you love and what you're passionate about, you putting your heart into that, that's raising the vibration of the collective. That's good for everybody. Everybody, like, we want everybody living in their soul's purpose, 100%. So, if you need to rest, pile 2, this is your green light to rest. It is okay for you to rest. Okay. So let's find out what your card was. We have the sun. We have the sun. And this does make me think of Leo energy, which rules the 5th house of creativity. So again, like, and Leo rules the heart too. So following your heart's desires, you know, following your passion, following, you know, whatever creative outlet you're into, that's going to bring the sun into your life, and it's going to feel very healing for you and for others. Yeah, I mean, the sun illuminates everything. And like, you are the sun, you are that light. Okay, so pile 2, thank you for sharing your energy with me today. This was your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. If you were feeling called to pile 1, there may be some messages for you, because we did get some repeating cards. So if you weren't, no big deal. But I did want to mention there were some repeating cards and energies in this group compared to pile 1. Yeah, so please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you always know when I upload. The easiest way to support the channel is to watch the ads. I would like to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel thus far. Your encouragement and your support means the world to me, and I will see you all in my next one. Take care, pile 2. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. So I know you all are very curious what this card says, but we're actually going to put it to the side and we will end your reading with that message. So let's put that there. So connecting with your energy, pile 3, what surprises are in store for you? What does Spirit have planned for you? What do we need to know? A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. I hope everyone's having a happy December so far. It's always weird because I pre-film, so to think about December and the fact that it's going to be the end of the year soon is wild. I'm definitely ready for it. I'm going to be going into my personal year 8 in numerology, so I'm like quite ready to leave behind like the energy of the hermit. You know, I've had enough of it. It was helpful, but you know, I'm done. Okay, so pile 3. What surprises does Spirit have in store for you? What do we need to know? We've got the World card. This came out, I think, in pile 1 as well. Let's see. We've got the 8 of Cups. What surprises does Spirit have in store for you? Oh, the 10 of Pentacles. Aren't you a lucky duck, pile 3? Oh, that's beautiful energy. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. Man. There's some, like, Page of Wands. There's some boss energy, like, coming from this group. 100%. 100%. It feels like with the Hierophant being your bottom of the deck, this also came out in pile 1. It feels like you are 100% feeling like you are the master of your own life. Like you feel like you are no longer like this victim to circumstance, or, you know, when you just feel unlucky or like nothing's going your way, everything's falling apart, and you're like, what in the world? Like, that was meant to be. That was meant to be to clear this space. Kind of similar to pile 1 a little bit. Pile 1 had like the 5 of cups. You have the 8 of cups. So you're walking away from something. The way her hand is here kind of makes me feel like someone's like, you know, like you're flicking away like bad energy. You're like, I'm done with it. It can go. Bye-bye. Like you're really like just almost like very intentionally, I don't want to say aggressively because that's not the energy. You're being very pragmatic. That's the word. You're being very pragmatic and you're not in your feelings about this. You know, like you're just being very like cut and dry. This isn't serving me. It's got to go. Like this isn't working out. I've got to leave it behind. And other people may say like, you know, like, are you sure? You know, that seems like a little bit dramatic, or, you know, maybe you should hold off or wait. And you're like, nope. Like, it's not serving me, it's got to go. And other people may, again, look at you a little sideways, like, don't you think you're being a bit rash? And you're like, no, I'm being 100% logical right now. And you are. You're just, yeah, like, you're not putting your emotions into it. You're just like, nope, it's not serving me, it's got to go. And in a good way, you know, like, emotion has its place, but so does, rationality and logic. So yeah, I feel like you're being quite decisive. So there's an ending, but you chose that ending. You're doing this yourself. This is 100% your free will, but you're acting upon you're acting upon what you know is for your highest good. Like, you're not even waiting to see a sign or a synchronicity, or like, you know it. Like, you have known for some time. For some of you, you have been planning this ending for some time. And this could be a lot of different things, right? It could be like leaving a job, or, you know, moving to a new place because you weren't happy where you were living before. You know, it can look like a variety of things, right? But you're cutting something off, at least one major thing in your life. And it is opening up the space for all of this abundance. And this is true wealth. This isn't just money. This is wealth and abundance in your whole life. So feeling happy and content with your life, feeling like essentially the energy of sitting in a lush garden and being like, yeah, I did this. This is me. You know, like feeling peaceful just in pure contentment with your life, you know, feeling really good about where you're at presently and the direction your life is headed in. So this could look like, you know, having a loving, committed partnership, having a job that you know, don't dread in the morning, a job that you love, a job that feels like a career, you know, having enough money in your savings account, being able to afford a nice, comfortable lifestyle, you know, having positive social support. You know, the Queen of Pentacles here, the Queen of Compacts, she's chill. You know, like, she's got everything she's ever wanted and she's feeling good. And with the Page of Wands, it is a totally new chapter, a new adventure in your life, a new start. And it's because you were kind of ruthless when you cut everything else out. You were like, no, like, I'm sick and tired of settling for less. And so you're kind of doing this for yourself. And so I need to draw more cards because I'm wondering, like, what is the surprise then? Because this is all like very intentional. Now, for some of you, the surprise is that when you cut this stuff out, whatever you've been waiting to have success in finally blows up. So this could be like, you know, you have a side hustle and you're really wanting that to be your main source of income, and you want to leave, you know, your dead-end job, but, you know, you feel like, you know, you need to be practical, you can't leave it. And then one day you just snap and you're like, I'm done with this. And you leave that dead-end job. And then, you know, in a month or so, your side hustle blows up and now you're more financially abundant than you've ever been before. You know, but people looked at you like you were crazy when you left your dead-end job, because they were like, well, it may be a dead-end job, but it is a steady paycheck, you know? So take it as it resonates. I'm just throwing out scenarios here, but I want to see, like, can we clarify what the surprise is? Because your reading is very different than the other two groups. And Spirit, what is the surprise? Can you clarify this, please? Oh, the Four of Wands. Okay, one more card. One more card. Oh, 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 oh. I am so happy for you. Okay, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Star, and we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. It's like you made all of these positive changes for yourself, and Spirit was like, all right, I see them, like, over there making space, making room, cutting out all the toxic, bad stuff. I see them. I think they have room now for a big wish fulfillment. The Star, something you've been wishing and hoping for a very long time, coming in like the Ace of Swords, like very fast energy, like just cutting through. You know, it's like Spirit saw you, you know, just cutting away things in your life that weren't serving you, and Spirit said, like, awesome job. You know, like, we didn't even have to hand you this sword. You took it for yourself. And because of that, Spirit is giving you some sort of big wish fulfillment. Now, with the Four of Wands, this can talk about marriage. So this could talk about meeting a future spouse. This could talk about, the Four of Wands can talk about stability as well. So this could be getting a new home. Like, if you're really wanting a new house, a new living situation, it could be that. It could be, you know, having some sort of wish that is cause for celebration. So something that is public in a way, like other people would recognize it. People would say, oh my gosh, like, congratulations, let's throw you a party. That's a huge win. So that could be like, you know, you were cutting away, like, let's go back to the dead-end job. You left your dead-end job and you were like, I'm gonna finally write that novel. You wrote your novel and then you get a book deal. That's cause to celebrate. Like, that's a reason to throw a party, right? So just apply it how it resonates to your life, but it could have something to do with a change in your daily routine, something that would cause other people to celebrate you, throw you a party. Could talk about marriage, so a future partner, and it could also talk about, what else did we say? Oh, I don't know if I'm repeating myself. A new home, a new living situation. Okay. Let's get into your fairy messages now. I'm sorry you're reading, like, I had to get additional cards, but it just laid out differently than the other two groups. Sometimes that happens. Okay. Pile 2. I am trying to keep the messages more general because I do know many of you are watching. Oh, I said pile 2. I'm so sorry. Pile 3. Pile 3. Gift revealed. Now, doesn't that sound like a surprise, right? Now, this card in particular can talk about something that you didn't think that you would love as much as you do. So if we go back to, maybe you were resonating with, like, the new home, you know, the new place. You may just know that you are very unhappy where you're at, but maybe you don't know, like, where you want to go. And this could be like the gift revealed, like, here's your Ace of Swords aha moment. This is where you will be happiest. This is where your soul is calling you to go. Or it could also talk about, you know, like, maybe your future spouse, like, differs from the usual type of person you're attracted to, you know, if you are resonating with that love message. So something like that. Lighting the way. Yeah. I mean, some of you, again, like, you were just, because this reminds me of the Hermit card 100%. You know, the Hermit is someone who has gone on, and I think it was your group that I was talking about being in the Hermit energy in the beginning. It may have been pile 2, but I think it was you also. It's kind of funny this card came out. But yes, so the Hermit is a card where you go on a deep spiritual journey, and you do a lot of healing, and you do a lot of shadow work. And it's also the card of Virgo. And so that goes back to that energy of being pragmatic, you know, just being very like cut and dry. This is what needs to go. And so I feel like you are cutting those things out based upon what your own inner wisdom was telling you, your own inner light. And especially if you were going through a period of isolation and being on your own, I feel like that was meant to help you identify what you needed to walk away from in your life. So I feel like some of that, you know, it's all going to make sense. Yeah, the oldest fairy, your own inner wisdom. I feel like some of you may even be getting like sort of like this upgrade of like getting sort of the information or some of the skills or lessons you learned in past lives are coming to you maybe through like meditation or again like this spiritual journey, but it's almost like you're succeeding in a way that you did in a past life. Something, again, I know that's a higher level message, but it did come through, so I wanted to mention it. This card also came out in another reading, but I think it was the bottom of the deck. This is Nightlight. Yeah, like you're very divinely protected through all of this. Spirit is really nurturing your growth here. So there's a lot of psychic protection around you, and you may get a little bit scared. You know, you may like cut all this stuff out, walk away from all this stuff, and then say, oh God, what did I just do? And so you may have that moment of panic, but Spirit is saying, you did the right thing. You 100% did the right thing. You know, like if you quit your job and then you feel really great for a few days and then the panic starts to set in, don't worry about it. You did the right thing. Someone here needs to hear that. You did the right thing. I don't know, but someone's spirit guides call them Buttercup. That's a very specific message. I don't know why. It's so funny, some of the messages that come through. Patience, patience. Nurture the seeds of patience and reap the rewards of personal achievement. Yeah, Spirit is saying, like, just be patient with this. Don't worry if the blessing doesn't come immediately after that Eight of Cups moment when you walk away, but it is on its way to you. Yeah, your luck is changing for the better. With a clear direction for what you want to achieve, you're summoning the energies of good luck. Yeah, like luck is rewarding you because you were brave enough to walk away from people, situations, things that weren't serving you. And luck rewards the brave. Like you didn't have any guarantee of success. You just knew you weren't going to find success in that same old stale, stagnant environment or relationship. And so, yeah, Spirit is rewarding you for that. It's like your blessings aren't being blocked anymore. Yeah, and it's through your own wisdom. Inner wisdom nurtures the skills necessary to see through all possibilities. I feel like Spirit may have put you in this energy of self-isolation for a little while, and it wasn't to be mean, but it was just because you had to up-level in a way that other people wouldn't understand. Because again, other people would have called you impractical, you know, or thought that you were being too impulsive, but actually you were doing the best possible thing for yourself. You were making the best possible decision. But I feel like Spirit didn't want you to be hindered by the naysayers, you know, people who just didn't get it. Yeah, I feel like you were protected from that. Pile 3 here, pile 3. Surprises coming to pile 3. So some wish is being fulfilled here. And it's something, again, in relation to that Four of Wands that we were talking about. Okay, for some of you, it's love. For some of you, it's love. It's marriage. For some of you, it's soul family. Having good people around you to celebrate because you're achieving something. For some of you, sensuality. Yeah, it's a love partner. So we've got love confirmed twice here. I also feel like some of you, like if you resonate with divine feminine energy, both of these make me think of divine femininity. So, you know, you could be seeing like at the same time like a physical glow up, or you're just feeling more like gentle, easier with life, more receptive, you know, that kind of message. Divine guidance. So we got this with the Nightlight card, right? Like you are divinely protected, 100%. Your bottom of the deck is true love come to me. So yeah, some of you, you're getting a future spouse out of this deal, like a lifelong partner, a life partner, long-term relationship, your true love. I mean, sensuality, love, and true love come to me. Come on. And you are divinely protected, 100%. And that makes sense because like we had the star card, so that's major wish fulfillment. That's a huge wish coming true, huge. So yeah, like that feels significant, right? Like, okay, I met the one now, I met my true love. That's a significant wish coming true. And it could change multiple aspects of your life, right? That would make sense, like why your house might change or, yeah, sorry, I'm getting a little off track here. The energy is very, it's not as frantic as it was in pile 1, but it's almost like the energy here is very, it's like looming. Like this feels sooner rather than later. Like I don't want to give a specific time frame on this because it is a general reading, but it does feel sooner rather than later. Like it feels like the energy in this room is like building and building. Like this has been gaining momentum for a while and it feels, I don't know, like it just feels a bit heavy, like it's pressing down on me, not in a bad way, but it just feels like the energy is like looming over me, like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger the more that I talk about it. So that could be another message too, like maybe continue to pray about this, continue to speak it into existence. For some of you, this wish fulfillment is actually going to push you towards that 8 of Cups. Like you've been on the precipice of it, but you haven't quite yet left it, and you're being pushed. That's a specific message. That's not for everybody. There's something there, though, about that as well. Interesting. Like you were asking for a way out, and Spirit said, boop. Like, here it is. Interesting. Okay. Let's look at, no, you need a spirit cat message, that's right. Okay, we'll look at this card, and then first we'll get your spirit cat message though. I'm getting like all turned around. I can't stop smiling, so I feel like that's a good sign for your reading, right? Okay, so pile 3, a spirit cat message for you all. Pile 3. Oh man, it fell on the floor, of course. All right, we have, let's see, expression. Here's the cat, and we have expression. Meet Shanti. She once kept her ideas and feelings locked away in her heart where no one could see or hear them. It felt safe and secure, but alas, she felt so alone. That Hermit card energy, I'm telling you. No one truly knew her. She was longing to come out to play. Gathering her courage, she flung open the window in her mind and unlatched the doorway to her soul. She started to speak her mind and give voice to her heart. Speaking things into existence, we just said that. She could never again fit in that small, closed space of hiding. Soon her words grew into unabashed singing. What song are you keeping captive? What song at last can you unleash into the world? This kind of goes back again to that 4 of Wands energy. Like, other people are noticing this. Like, when that star card moment happens and you have that wish fulfillment, other people notice it. Other people are very happy for you. Like, they're there to celebrate with you. And that's a big difference from the Hermit card energy where you feel lonely and isolated and kind of like on the fringe of things. Yeah, this is huge. I don't feel like this is just one thing. I feel like for most of you, it's something big that's happening in your life that influences, like, it radiates outward, you know? It's like the light from it expands. Another group had that message. It's like a domino effect. You know, like one good thing happens, now you have a string of good fortune. You know, like the tide is turning. That was a message from another group. For you, it's like the Wheel of Fortune, you know, like you've been down and out in a rough cycle where things were really uncertain, and now, like the Star card after the Tower, good things are coming. And look at how peaceful, how content that cat looks. Okay. Oh, we have the Empress. Rose. So like a red rose, romance, more love coming into your life. We were picking up on that divine feminine energy, right? And the Sacred Heart here, having faith, even in the darkest of times, you know, when things are really uncertain, when other people just don't get it. Yeah. I mean, you have a heart of gold, and I feel like that's being rewarded here. All right, so pile 3, this was your reading. If you were drawn to another group, you know, there may be some messages in there for you. If you weren't, no worries. Yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you all. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you always know when I upload. The easiest way to support the channel is to watch the ads. I would like to say a huge, huge thank you. So much support, so much gratitude for all the support that I've been receiving. You all are so sweet and so nice in the comments, and it really does make my day. Like, it really does. And I just want to say like a genuine thank you for that. And yeah, I'm wishing you all the very best. I'm super excited for you, and yeah, take care, pile 3. I'll see you in my next one.